Hey there, guys. It's Jonathan back with another video today. I thought I figured out how to do something different. I mostly do reviews and all that, showing off like collections and shit like that. I decided to do something else, something different on my channel. I decided to do a ranking video of a franchise, even if it's like 3 movies or 4 movies. I want to rank them from worst to best. Um, and I want to start out with this Friday the 13th set right here. I don't know if you can see it, but Friday 13 parts set. This is all 12 films. This is the original box set from 2013. I got this for my birthday in 2014. I know they had a new box set out already from Screen Factory, but I don't think I want to waste money on that. My dad's like, you shouldn't get that again. I was like, okay, it's whatever. But yeah, so I want to do a ranking of these worst to best, and I want to give my 2 cents. So here it goes. This is only a booklet, so it's gonna be hard, but just bear with me on this, okay? Um, For me, the worst one to me, would be Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, the ninth one. Let me see. You got retconning backstory. It tried to explore more in the Voorhees lore, Voorhees mythology. You have a long lost relative that's never been mentioned before. You got this freaking bounty hunter dude who he was a badass character, but never been mentioned before. And like with every other movie, the characters all suck. Like the only good character was that nerd dude. He was a good character because he was actually a badass. He broke out of jail. He fought Jason twice. He protected his girlfriend twice. But many things wrong with it. The fact that the director of that movie, Adam Marcus, was 23 years old and he was a first time director just doesn't help the fact either. And again, this is like what, the third, fourth time they try to end the franchise, but no. Jason's look was not great at all. The fact that they wrote this movie in 4 fucking days just made it worse. It didn't feel like a Jason movie. Like Jason was only in it for like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. The beginning, and then the very end. It didn't feel like a Jason movie. It just felt like, I don't know, like it wasn't a Jason movie to me. It's just confusing. It was just a confusing movie. A lot of plot holes, many things wrong with it. But yeah, that's Jason Goes to Hell. I don't want to get into detail. That's the worst one. That's number 12. Number 11 would be Jason Takes Manhattan, the eighth movie. Movie makes no sense. Jason having hair, get the hell out of here. Jason as a child having hair, really? No. You have like 5, 6 different child Jason hallucinations running around the ship, haunting this girl who has a link to Jason because she can't swim. The last 25 minutes of the movie was in New York, so might as well, it was a blatant lie. Might as well call it Jason Chase Vancouver. You had fucking hair metal. You had so 80s clothes. Watered down kills. I don't know. The only good thing I can commend that movie to is where the guy spotting Jason on the New York Times Square, and Jason decapitates him with just one punch. That was a good scene. Other than that, nothing else. The whole fact, I don't know, just many things wrong with Jason Takes Manhattan. Even when I get to New York, it's just, I don't know, it didn't feel good. I get it, it was something new, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like a Jason movie. And also the ending, that fucking ending. Don't get me started on that fucking ending, dude. No fucking way. No way. Next, I know a lot of people are gonna, be like, what? But Freddy versus Jason. Okay, I will admit, this movie, it delivered on its premise, Freddy versus Jason. But here's the thing. Only like 15 minutes of that was Freddy versus Jason. There was no, basically the first hour, basically, or first hour was basically just Jason walking around killing people, and Freddy just being like, hey, I want to collect more souls. Um, just like with every Friday 13 movie, the characters are the worst characters, the worst line of dialogue, the worst CGI, bad effects. terrible acting. Every character sucks. It's like when Friday 13th is just one of those movies like you don't care for the characters. You don't care if they die. You just want there's no character development. And people say, oh, the later Halloweens were not great. I'm like, yeah, but at least they had better character development. Not like Friday 13th where every movie just all the characters sucked. But I will admit though, but it's still an enjoyable movie. It's just my opinion. Um, the soundtrack is badass though. It has one of the best kills, but I don't like the characters. Um, so that's that. That's what number 12, 11, 10. That's number 10. Number 9 would be The New Blood, Part 7. Here's the thing. I know many people are gonna be like, "What?" But Part 6 was such a good installment. It was a refreshing installment. It was so good. The total shift in tone. They could have continued down that road with Part 7, but as you can see, the first 4 Friday movies are basically classic Jason. Those are basically classic movies. Part 7 isn't really one. They watered down the kills. Um, the ending was abysmal, where the freaking dad, who was supposed 10 years, who was dead for 10 years, popped up like that. Looks like a dirty pirate. Tied Jason down and brought him down to the bottom of the lake. Um, yeah, Jason making sounds. I don't know. Just the kills would be better if the MPAA hadn't butchered down the kills. But I will admit though, I do like all the abuse Jason takes. Kane Hodder actually took all of those hits. The girl, she was one of the best final girls. But all the other characters just suck. I don't know, like they could have went down. They could have kept the same road of Part 6 with Part 7, but they had to go back to the formula of the first 5 movies. Bunch of horny teens. Yeah, Part 6 had that too, but it did something different. So that's that. 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay, 12. 8 would be 8 would be Jason X. Okay. Here's the thing. There was a time when Jason X was the worst movie to me in the franchise. There was a time when that was the worst to me in the franchise. It's not no more. Okay. Yes, it's still the same formula, Jason killing people, but it's just I'm on a cruise ship. 400 years into the future, centuries into the future. The technology was badass. Like the technology, yeah, it's just the CGI was bad. Like this technology was good. Like a person gets stabbed, like they get stabbed, they can always get fixed up. Like when the guy got his arm chopped off by mistake by Jason Machete when he was frozen, they fixed his arm. The lady had a hole in her stomach, in her abdomen, she got fixed. And then they fixed up Jason. But, the kills were pretty cool. Like, it was futuristic. Yeah, it's still a cheesy Jason movie, but it's a fun movie. Like, yeah, I used to hate it, but I don't hate it now. Um, but yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of people give me shit, but I don't care. Friday the 13th. I don't know if you can see it. Ah, fuck. I can't fucking see. Damn it. The fucking light is too fucking. Friday the 13th, part 3 in 3D. Um, Here's the thing. I know Part 3 is an iconic movie because it gives Jason his mask, and yes, it's a classic. Part 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are classic movies, but there's nothing new to it. There's no new formula to it. It's just the same old as the first two. Like those who follow Dead Meat James, look at his channel. Look at his ranking for Friday the 13th. Even he said it's nothing new to the table. It's basically just what you've seen in the first two already. The characters all suck. The only character you can say what kind of had an impact was Shelly, because yeah, he was an asshole and he was always crying wolf, but he gave Jason his mask, and it has that the 3D, like the gimmick 3D shots were just eh. Like I get it, you're in 3D, you don't need to show us all the gimmick 3D shots, man. The disco soundtrack is good though, and that awful fake head. Oh my god, that fake head. Oh my god, I've seen better effects in an 80s movie than that. But yeah, it has the worst line, it has the worst dialogue, it has the worst written dialogue ever. And oh my god, the acting is so terrible in these movies. Like these people do not know how to act. These people should have taken acting classes. But like I said, it gave Jason his hockey mask. So, but I don't like the way he looked. But I don't like that he changed his look though. Next up would be Friday the 13th Part 5: A New Beginning. A New Beginning. Um, Here's the thing. I rank this one above those because, sure, it's not a Jason movie. Think of it like, look at the bottom line, guys. Friday 13th, A New Beginning is like Halloween 3. You know, there was no Michael. Michael was dead, or so we thought. So they wanted to try something new. Now, I wouldn't have minded something new, but I'd rather just have Michael or Jason. But, this movie is a good installment. Okay, you know, it has some of the best. It has some good kills. Um, it went back to the mystery like the first movie. Um, it had a cool Tommy, and it even had the guy from Return of the Living Dead, and also had another guy from Return of the Living Dead. Um, who can forget that goth chick's dance moves? Yeah, okay. The movie, yes, it has gratuitous nudity. Okay, that's the whole point of Friday the 13th. But that's the whole point. But it was something new. They wanted to try something fresh. But yeah, I still had the content of the same old horror movies. In the woods and all that. But it's whatever. Like I didn't mind it. It's not my favorite, but it is a good one. Um, next up will be. Next up is Friday the 13th, the remake, the 2009 remake. Um, okay, here's the thing. Um, this remake was actually really good. I know there are some fans that aren't fans of that remake, but I didn't mind it. You know, because it basically gave a different side to Jason. Jason's never known to keep people hostage. He's just, if he sees you, he's gonna kill you. You know. But yeah, he did kill other people, but he held that lady hostage because he looked like her mom. Um, the kills are freaking fucking brutal in this movie. The kills are great. That's one of the reasons why. And the fact that they had tunnels under the camp was freaking great. I loved it. I love that premise. You know, and, I like the side of Jason. This Jason was more like a piss your pants type Jason. Also, when he's still on top of the guy's house was pretty cool. Yeah. Like I said, the characters. The main thing is the characters. They suck, but you had like a black, like a token black character and like a Chino who were actually entertaining the audience. They were actually pretty cool. But it actually had good kills and all that. That's basically the scary part. I like the remake. Next would be. Hold on. Next up would be. Oh fuck! Let me see. Next up is gonna be the original Friday the 13th from 1980. As you can tell, not many people rank the original very high. They don't rank it very high on their list. They sometimes rank it low. They sometimes rank it lower than the sequels. That's fine. Okay, here's the thing. I appreciate the original. I don't love the original. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't hate this or love it. I just like it. It's not one of my favorite horror movies of all time, but I love it. The score is great. Has one of the best death scenes, Kevin Bacon. But once you look at the twist ending, it's just not effective now. Um, it's not really effective now when you look at it now. Um, you know, it's not effective now when you look at it now. But it sparked the series. It sparked the franchise. So, but yeah, this was a great movie. It's not a great movie. It's just a good movie. But like I said, not the best. Next up will be Friday the 13th, Part 2. Of course, this is the one with Jason, when Jason first comes in. Um, here's the thing. I like his look in this movie, Part 2. I like his look, yeah. Potato sack on his head. Um, this was his best outing. He was kind of like a wimp. He was kind of like a wimp. He was kind of like, kind of goofy, but he was just very starting out. So, but you know, this is a worthy sequel. I love it. I love the sequel. Um, but yeah, Jason starts killing in this one. It's really good. That's the next one. Now, my top two. Okay, now my top two. Here's one that was really hard, but I couldn't pass up on it. I know this is a lot of people's favorite one, but It's my second favorite. I mean, it's a good one, but it's not like my favorite one. But Friday the 13th, the final chapter with Corey Feldman. As you can see, it wasn't the final chapter. Thompson beating into kills. It has some of the best kills in the series. It has some of the most explicit nudity. It has Crispin Glover. Of course, it has Tommy Jarvis fighting Jason. He's a 12-year-old kid who fights Jason, which is really good. This movie wasn't, yeah. A lot of people say this is their favorite. It's my second favorite, but really good installment. Ted White plays an awesome Jason next to Kane Hodder. But yeah, this is really good, but this wasn't the final chapter. Now my number one favorite Friday 13 movie of all time. Now, my number one favorite Friday 13 movie of all fucking time. Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives. Okay. I like this one because, yeah, people aren't fans of the humor, but I didn't mind it. The humor, the fact that it was kind of meta with itself, the characters were self-aware, it was a meta movie. Okay, my main nitpick is Jason became a zombie. That's a nitpick. But you know, I'm not gonna brag too long about that. To me, this was the last Good Friday movie to me. Like I said, this is way better than the fifth one, obviously. And of course, it has an awesome soundtrack by Alice Cooper. He wrote 3 songs for the movie. Everyday Tommy was pretty cool. The sheriff was pretty awesome. Like, yeah, he was a jerk, but he was a pretty cool dude, though. The deputy was good. The final girl was okay. Some of the kills were kind of Some of the kills were kind of goofy, but it's whatever. But yeah, Jason was back and all that, and I just like the characters. It has some better characters here, but it was a self-aware movie, and all that. It was meta and all that. The tone. I just like the tone of this movie, Part 6. That's why it's my favorite one of the whole franchise. So that's my favorite. So there we go, guys. My ranking of all 12 Friday the 13th movies. All 12 movies. What do you guys think below? Let me know, honestly. What do you guys think? Let me know what you down think in the comments below.